Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. So I've been out of the shop for a little while because I had the COVID for a little bit, but I'm back and I thought it would be a great day to make a video because one, I have a really cool tool that you guys have to have. You just have to have it. Whether you do guitar building or repair, it's going to make your life a lot easier. But more importantly, I have to come clean and tell you that I was wrong for a lot of years. So let's start off with, this is a tool you guys are going to need, and I was wrong. All right. And if you hear me cough or sneeze or something, I'm still got some of that cootie. So please bear with me. Okay. So you know, we've been teaching people to build guitars for the last 5 years or more, and we've taught a lot of you guys. We've had a lot of great times. But even before that, you know, when we had guys that would just show up over at my home shop and want me to help them with stuff, one of the things that you have to know how to do if you're going to build a guitar, and especially if you're going to repair a guitar, is protect the fretboard when you're working on frets. Okay? Now, I am an old school guy because I'm an old guy. Now, there's some of you guys are older than me and you're going to go, you're not old. All right, fine. But the simple fact of the matter is that I'm an old guy and I've been doing it this way since 1989. So I'm an old school enough guy to know that that's, you know, an old school thing. And I'm going to talk about the old school way to do it right now. And the reason I want to talk about the old school way to do this thing that we're going to be doing is because this is the way that I was like adamant that you guys do this when you would come into my shop, and I'm like, no, it's an old school thing and you need to learn how to do it. Well, the fact is that I'm not 100% sure you need to learn how to do this, and I'm going to show you a cool technique here in just a second. But the thing that I'm talking about doing is protecting your frets before you start leveling and dressing and polishing. No, belay that. Protecting your fretboard when you start leveling and dressing and polishing, etc., etc. Okay? So if you guys have been here to my shop before, what I'm doing right now is nothing that you haven't seen 100 million times, or at least one time. Okay? So the old school technique is to wrap the masking tape, put the factory edge against the fret, and then take your thumb and run it on the other edge, okay, all the way down to crease the tape, okay? Now, once you have a crease in the tape, you take your handy razor blade and you just run it right down the crease. And it's just that easy, right? Now you have protected the fretboard and exposed the fret. Now this way works great, okay? I'm not going to say that it doesn't, but I found a better way. Now, before I tell you about the better way, I know you guys don't like this tape and razor blade thing. Know how I know? Because every time we make a video about this, or every time I teach this in class, I get people who ask me the same questions. What you should do is you should make a mask that just covers the whole thing. Or why don't you buy tape that's perfectly sized to go in between the fret slots? Or even, my all-time favorite, why don't you take the piece of tape and use it the same way you did, only instead of cutting the other side off, fold it so the other factory edge goes against the other side of the other side that you're working on, so you don't have to cut it. For some reason or another, cutting tape on the fretboard has always bugged y'all, okay? And I have always just been like, well, just suck it up and do it. And I think I was wrong, okay? And the reason that I think I was wrong is because I saw with my own eyes something that seemed like an excellent combination of buying tape that's exactly the right size and and essentially eliminating the razor blade. I say essentially, we're going to get to that here in a second. So what I want you guys to see is over here to my right, your left, is this new tape dispenser. That this is from Amazon, okay? And I like it so much, I bought 7 of them. I bought one for me, and I bought one for every other workbench in the shop. So the next time you guys come to a workshop, you're going to have one of these in your workbench with all these different tapes. Now some of you guys are probably already going, well, that's how I do it. I use different size tape. And that's cool. Let me know in the comments if you guys have been doing it like this for years. Like I said, I was very hesitant to change because I'm old school. I'm old. And you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, maybe you can. Okay, so anyway, I've got this new tape dispenser here. This looks a lot like the one that you can get from StewMac. But I hate to say this, but I like it better because it's got these suction cups on the bottom. Okay? And it kind of keeps the tape dispenser from sliding around. So that's just me. I dig it. All right, let me show you what this looks like with the new tape dispenser. It comes with 3 different sizes, 3/4, half, and 1/4 inch tape. Now, the cool thing about it is you can do all of the stuff that we do here at Texas Toast, but you don't have to use the razor blade. Now, for those of you who've been out here before, you know what I'm doing. I'm adding some tape to the side because that's just what you do, right? We want to protect the whole neck. Further into that end, when we go to pull the tape off, it's going to make it easier because we can pull from the side, not have to pick at little pieces 22 times, okay? So with the new tape dispenser rig, I'm going to use a piece of this slightly wider stuff for the first fret because I only have one factory side on that I need to keep. So again, that one's good to go. So for all the other ones, you simply peel and stick the factory edge to the fret. And when you look at the other side, you will see that you don't need another 3/4 inch piece, you just need a 1/2 inch piece. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but we're gonna keep going. So when I said the other day, I'm kind of out of it, y'all. When I said a moment ago you can eliminate the razor blade, and then I said, well, not quite. Here's why. We discovered that while this was fast and efficient, if you were to race against Chris with the razor blade, Chris would probably still beat you because he's done it a lot, okay? Now I'm wondering, when I was racing Chris, I was pulling one piece of tape off at a time and putting it on my fretboard. One piece at a time. Now that is totally acceptable, absolutely works. I've got my factory tape edge up against my fret. It's easy to do. I don't have to cut anything. I don't have to risk scratching my fretboard, and if you just try a little bit, it is perfect every single time. Okay? Then I thought, could we speed it up maybe a little bit? And I think the answer is yes. So what if you took a longer piece of tape and laid it out and cut it as you went, so that you didn't have to, go back to the tape dispenser every single time. And I think that this will speed the process up and keep everything looking terrific, even if you're not, super familiar with this technique. Okay? So, guys, this is really fast and really good. And it's okay, the tape's sticking to itself because again, I'm out of it. Okay. So, you get a perfect tape line every single time, and you don't have to cut with the razor blade on your fretboard. When you get down here, you might need a couple pieces of this 1/4 inch stuff, right? That ain't no thing. We can just get that there. Little trim. You see what I'm talking about? Ain't no big shake. Okay? When you get to the very end, you can put one of these big hunks on here. And you get the idea. Okay, I don't need to finish the rest of this, but for those of you who are like, hey Matt, how come you're not finishing the rest of it? Well, because I don't know, do I really need to? You know, come on guys. But we'll finish some of it. How about that? Because it gives us a little while to talk. And as you know, when it comes to talking, I rarely, if ever, shut my big fat mouth. So you guys can see how easy and how efficient and how effective this is. And I gotta hand it to, okay, I'm not saying that somebody didn't invent this before, Steve at Maximum Guitar Works, but I got the idea from Steve at Maximum Guitar Works when we were doing my 2x4 SG Plec job video. And I'm like, it finally clicked with me, you know what I mean? I finally had that light bulb moment where I'm like, I can make this easier for guys who don't like to get razor blades near their fretboard. And as you can see, I mean, again, it's perfect. I got my tape right up to the fret. Everything looks like $100 million, and I didn't have to use a razor blade and risk. I'm honestly not 100% sure why guys don't like using razor blades. I'm guessing it's because they don't want to get too close to the. I don't know. There's something about getting a sharp razor blade right next to your fretboard that you worked so hard on, and I guess I'm not sure. So anyway, thanks to Steve for he didn't say like, hey Matt, you need to do this, but he did show it to me, or he was doing it, and I'm like, I was smart enough, even my tiny brain was smart enough to pick up on it. So thanks to Steve for showing me that technique. And then I looked on Amazon. I found these little tape dispensers, and I thought, oh, how good can they be? Well, I've used this one for a handful of fret dressings myself personally. I use this tape from Amazon. Link in the description below, gang, to my Amazon affiliate links. I've got these tape dispensers on there. I've got this tape. You can buy this. This tape comes in like it's a 3-roll pack, and it's got the 3/4, half, and 1/4 inch tape. The dispenser really kind of makes it. If you just had like these, like rolls, let's pretend this was a 1/4 inch tape. If you just had a roll of it, it's not as good of a deal. And like I said, I really like the suction cup bottom. Kind of helps keep everything in place. So if you guys are doing stuff and to fretboards or to frets, and you want to make sure your fretboards stay looking good, you don't want to grind a bunch of metal and crud in there, by all means, get yourself one of these. I think they're cheap, man. They're not expensive. And I know normally I'm like, just get the Stu Mac one. I hate to say it, but okay, the Stu Mac one works great. How about that? But in this instance, the one from Amazon works great too. Okay, so yeah, get the one from Stu Mac, get the one from Amazon, but get you one of these tape dispensers, and it's going to save you a bunch of time. Okay, because this job is tedious, and I know for a fact that a lot of you guys don't like doing it with the razor blade, as I've been attempting to instruct you for the last half a decade, actually more than that. So, gang, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this was something that you guys will be able to use in your shops, and I hope that you leave me a comment and let me know that you're happy that I joined the 21st century or something like that. I know there's going to be guys who say, this isn't a new exciting technique. I've been doing this for years. That's cool. I haven't been doing it for years. I just got these, and I think they're really neat, and I think you should get one too if you don't have one, okay? And I hope that it will save you a lot of time. For everybody out there who said, Matt, how come we have to use this razor blade technique? And I said, just because that's the way it is, suck up and do it. I apologize. And for everybody who said, hey, how come you don't get like fret or tape that's sized exactly perfectly for one fret scale? You were partly right, and I was still all the way right. There's no real way to do that cost effectively. 22 rolls of tape. This way works better. Okay, it's cost effective and no razor blade, and it gets you pretty close to that tricky, neat thing that you guys liked or you wanted me to try. One last thing to the people who said, "Hey Matt, why don't you just fold the tape to meet the other fret line?" I still don't like that. I still think that's dumb. Okay, if you think it's cool, I mean, it works, but you've got this big blob of tape in the middle. Okay, so yes, it works. I still don't like it. If you like it, then that's cool. Then you should do that. All right, gang. Well, this is Matt, and I'm back. Rumors of my death are greatly exaggerated, and I hope to see you guys soon for a workshop here at Texas Toast. Until next time, if you haven't hit the subscribe thing, please do so and ring the bell. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I would appreciate it if you did. If you want to help our channel, I would appreciate it if you went over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member. You can do that on YouTube too. But if you can't, just share this video anywhere you possibly can and like it, share it, subscribe, do all that other stuff. It doesn't cost you a cent. And until next time, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did. And we'll see you next time. Have a great week, everybody. I wanna play my guitar the only way